winning the world, you know? What all you did to win the world.
I can see a lot of parallels in Pelé because
Yeah, that's why I asked you the question.
many parallels. Um, my father, when he was about to make it he was helping all other people. When he was about to make independently, he died. At probably one of the biggest releases he had, the same day he died. And very similar, if you watch the movie, his father was an aspiring, soccer player, but then he could never make it. And his seed of aspiration which he sowed made Pele, I would say his blessing kind of made him a huge superstar. And very similar to my story. So it is actually a lesson for every aspiring father who never made it. The kids will make it. So be firm and believe in the Almighty and make them, encourage them, and then give them all your blessing.
Well said.
Rahman sir, in personally, which is your favorite game in personally?
Oh, God. Now this is a trick question because I'm doing Sachin's movie also. I think sports is generally sports, soccer, baseball, football, basketball, cricket, all of them have a kind of, it's unifying people in a way. That's one thing which people can share between, there's no things dividing them. Of course, countries maybe, but at least in a country, it unifies people. So I like the whole sports thing. I'm probably going to go into sports just because of physical fitness and the excitement.
Rahman sir,
Yeah.
there is a one line behind the word, birth of a legend. So my question is, after reaching such a great achievement in your life and receiving number of awards and Oscar, do you feel you are a legend now?
I don't feel anything. I want to be, whenever I tell my people, don't keep any awards in front of me. That will slow me down and it's a baggage on my back. I want to be like I'm born today. And I want to achieve, I want to learn. And that's so important for us. The moment you feel like, oh, somebody falls on your feet and give me Ashirwad, and I feel like, oh my God, I go to the uncle status now. Not that it's a bad thing. So I keep avoiding that. I want to be in a space where I can discover. I want to be like a child who's discovering things every day.
Hello,
I think
Mr.
a
Rahman.
lot of people differ because a lot of people in India think you are the Indian living legend.
Let them
So a
think,
lot
that's
of
fine.
people- A lot of people differ with that.
I don't want to think like that.
He
He was
himself
asking, the question was, do you think you're a legend?
But Mr. Rahman, you yourself said two young kids who directed this. I wanted to tell you you're also extremely young yourself.
Okay,
So
thank you.
Sorry,
Hello,
ma'am,
Mr.
you were
Rahman. Here, to straight. Here.
Yeah.
What kind of difference you find in the filmmakers of Hollywood and Bollywood? What kind of demands they keep it in front of you?
I think, in a way, Indian filmmakers are blessed. There's not much of interference. They have so much of liberty, and especially directors. You go to Hollywood and they'll know the difference.
And
There are
one more
mafias controlling everything.
One more question. You said you are born with a lot of contracts in Western. So how much time you give it to the Indian filmmakers? Like how much they have to wait? How many months or something?
I don't get it. What do you say? Contract.
You are born with a contract in the West, right?
Yeah.
So you take only one project at a time. So
Yeah.
how long the Indian filmmakers has to wait for you?
The whole system is different here. The system is, once they have the Muhrat, we give a couple of songs and they go and shoot and come back. Give me the next two songs, and then they go and shoot and come back. This is how 25 years I've been doing music like that. So in a way, it's a cyclic thing. So two songs for one movie, they go for shooting. Next filmmaker simultaneously comes. After they go, I do the two songs. And then the problem would be background scores. When they all come at the same time, we're all releasing on Diwali, so that's when you're jacked. I just did a documentary last year called Jai Ho, and I think it's the most boring film.
Rahman sir, good
Yeah.
afternoon. This is Suhas from radioandmusic.com. So, firstly, I want to know, even I'm going to greedy and ask you two questions. Firstly, I want to know, sir, were there any particular instructions given to ensure that there's a lot of Brazilian local sound in your soundtrack for the movie? And second question is, how different is your approach when it comes to making a movie on a musician, let's say rock star, compared to a movie on a music on a sports player like Pelé or Tendulkar?
I think if you take the spirit of music, and spirit is a very common word, I would say that finds a commonality. The other stuff has to come in from research, and you have to internalize it for a long time. So I've listened to lots of Brazilian music artists on YouTube, and then the directors, we were jamming on it. But they were very keen that I should not lose the identity of myself in this. So we had Brazilian music, but the identity of what I would do, or what I've done in the past, the stamp has to be there, and that's what people feel. And I'm really moved by that comment. Thank you.
What do you think about when we make movies in India, like any biopic, we tend to fictionalize things. Everything is not like factual, and we glorify things.
Cinematic liberties could be taken, because otherwise it'll be a very boring movie. I've seen many boring movies, some very factual, and so why waste people's time? But it should not distort the purity of the character, I would say.
What do you think about when movies in Hollywood and Western countries are made? If any kind of biopic is made, they don't distort things in comparison when we make movies in India. Like,
not true, because I know that even 127 hours there were scenes added to. It's an original story, right? There were scenes added to make it more exciting, which was not there in the real thing. And as long as you're true to the character and you're honest to the source, I guess it's allowed.
thank you.
Rahman sir,
Yeah.
yeah. வணக்கம் சார்.
வணக்கம்.
என்னோட கொஸ்டின் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஃபஸ்ட்டு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம், நீங்கள் ரோஜாலேருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகி இப்படி ஒரு இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் லெவலுக்கு போயிருக்கீங்க.
Yeah, I want to do it, but what happens is my album, I'm the producer. So my constant loyalty goes to people who are waiting for songs.
Okay.
So it never gets made.
Okay.
3 albums which I started, never made it. But I thank you for that, reminding me, and I hope it'll happen. Keep praying for it.
Rahman sir, here, Prabhat from ANI. Sir, this side.
Yeah.
Sir, the film is based on a sports legend, and you know, Rio Olympics is coming, and recently Salman was considered as a brand ambassador for Rio Olympics. People from the entertainment industry, given being the face of sporting events like Rio Olympics, how practical, how genuine it in your terms?
What is the question?
Salman being the brand ambassador, being face of the Rio Olympics, how
Yeah.
genuine and practical it is for?
I think he's a very popular face. Why not? And
But still, there are many sports personality and many legends. I mean, Jeev Milkha Singh is there, Sunil Gavaskar is there. Why not a sports personality for
very
that
true.
purpose?
Good question. Not to ask me. You ask the board.
But they're doing both. They've got Mr. Bindra as well, the shooter. He's also a big brand ambassador. And Salman Khan, as Mr. Rahman rightly
Sachin's
said,
also,
Sachin has been a brand ambassador. I mean, a lot of sports people have been at the forefront, but absolutely nothing wrong with an entertainment professional who's recognized by so many people in this country becoming a brand ambassador. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Actually, perhaps the press should help in making the sports person bigger stars than Bollywood stars. Maybe then you would have a sports person as a brand ambassador. It's all up to you.
Hi,
Rahman sir, yeah, my question is Rahman sir. I saw the trailer. As Mansi also told that she got goosebumps skin. Same here. You were telling about that the movies, more you will cry when you'll see the movie. Can you just elaborate that what exactly going to be that?
if you take this movie, it's not just about sports. It's not about a sports star. It's about human will and aspirations. So if you take the sports out of it, it's a common story. It's what Indians would think. It's so international in that level. And another important point I would say is how we're all sheeps. We go to an institution, we learn, and they tell you this is how you should do it. And they force you to do that, in any art, whether it's music or sports. This is how you should play. This is wrong. This is right. So if you have the confidence that you have an ESP, you have a it factor which nobody knows, only you know, then you should go ahead and do that. It's all about success. It's all about proving at a point where you can do it. And that's what I learned from this movie. Be yourself. people will come and distort you, tell you, oh, this is wrong, this can't be done, this can't be done. And he's done it. Done it again and again and again. That's what makes him Pelé.
But that's beautiful. People try to distort you. You must stay. So the last two questions, please, this afternoon.
Rahman sir, quite a few years ago, you had said that you are a last-minute person because then you don't procrastinate. Is it still the same or has it changed?
No, I shift the deadlines to everyone. Now I'm a little more smart. So if the deadline is 15th, I'll say 11th, we have to deliver this to myself. And they know that I'm cheating.
All right, our last question for this afternoon.
Mr. Rahman, I believe even you were approached to be a goodwill ambassador for the Rio Olympics. Is that true?
I heard it from the press, but nobody, I don't think, it was all on the press, on Google News, but I didn't get any email yet. Maybe my management knows, I don't know.
So are you still 2 a.m. person for recording? And
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Please give it up for Mr. Rahman and all the very best for the success of the film. Absolutely. Why don't we show once the pictures are done? We look forward to having all of you at the premiere tonight at Sunny Super Sound Juhu at 8 p.m. We have snacks for all of you outside. Thank you all for being here this afternoon.